Gridiron Grinder! Hut hut hike!
All right, party people. It is Friday night, week one of the NFL football season. I'm Ryan. With me, as always, is my buddy James. Just a couple of dudes hanging out, talking about what's going on in the NFL each week. And here we go. Last night was the first game. Tonight we got the second game, and we're gonna kick off our weekly power rankings and game picks. And so yeah, minorly distracted, obviously, because we're watching the game in the background here. But yeah, with all that being said, how's it going tonight there, James?
It's going good. How's it going with you?
Oh, not too shabby, man. Not too shabby. So I guess we should start with the power rankings, and I guess before we dig too deep, I'll just tell you this week, similar to like week one in past years, is going to be very light for me. I don't have a lot of commentary. Basically, I set my power rankings up based off of the Madden NFL team ratings, minus a couple tweaks here and there. I didn't look at records or anything like that we did final record predictions last week and whatnot. This is just purely based on their overall team ratings, right? And I tried to, maybe tweak it a little bit for some ties and some things like that, whatever else. But actually, I did miss a few of the ties that I probably should have flipped the other way, but that's okay. So that's how mine are going to be. And then I use those to make my game picks. And so, yeah, I guess whenever you're ready, man, why don't you give me your 1 through 5?
All right, so I did mine based on my projected record with a little tweaks here and there, based on like if I thought their schedule was lighter, harder, lighter, kind of change a couple around, not too many. So 1 through 5, they start off Philly, Kansas City, Super Bowl matchup until start the season. I think that's fair to leave them at 1 and 2. Then the Commanders, the Lions, and the Bills. Now, with the Lions, I think they'll have a better record than the Commanders, but the last game that the Lions Commanders played, the Commanders won. I could have done that with the Bills too, but I think the Bills are a solid 5. They're probably ultimately will be my top team in the AFC, but for now I got them at 5 based on what I think their record's going to be.
Gotcha. All right. So for me, 1 through 5, and I apologize here, I'm actually moving around some of the teams that had tied ratings that I didn't like where they were at. 1 through 5 is pretty clean though for me. So I've got Baltimore, who came in at a 93 rating on Madden at the time. That could have, of course, changed slightly since a couple weeks ago. Then I've got Kansas City, also had a 93. Not a huge fan of having Kansas City this high, but, they do win a ton of games every year, and it's hard to knock them, right? Mahomes, Andy Reid, it is what it is. 3, I've got Philly with a 92 rating. 4, I've got the Lions with a 91 rating, and that one makes me really nervous. And I know we've talked about it, when we did our final record predictions. Man, I guess I'm not as optimistic about the Lions this year as Madden is, but I'm hoping I'm wrong, right? I would love for them to earn that 91 rating. And then at 5, I've got Buffalo, who's got an 88, which is kind of weird that the top 4 teams are so close in their cluster like that. And then you got a 3-point dip with the Bills at 88. And that's fine, but it's just worth pointing out.
Mm-hmm.
6 through 10, my man.
All right, 6. This year was based purely on record. 6 Seattle, 7 Tampa Bay, 8 Baltimore, 9 the 49ers, and 10 the Packers. I don't like Green Bay being so high here. I just simply appear in my record or my projected record, but I think Green Bay. I don't like it from a Lions standpoint because Green Bay's always been a fucking tough tough game for them, and with the Packers just getting better, it's just going to make it even tougher.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying on that, man. All right. So I'm just making a couple more tweaks here as we're going. Wow, I did not. I had it in my brain that I was going to scrub this list, and apparently I did not scrub this list. So I got a lot of teams with an even rating that I gotta just do some minor adjustments. And of course, sitting back in my chair here is not as easy as sitting in my counter. Oh, is that picked? Oh, he's saying it hit.
Oh, you're ahead of me.
Oh, I'm ahead of you. Oh. No, because you probably already saw the play. It already hit the ground, I'm sure, on yours. Oh, all right.
No. You said, is that picked?
It hit the ground. Yeah.
You asked if it was picked, and then I was like,
No, dude, it clearly hit the ground.
Angle on that. I'd like to see a back angle on that one. That was close.
All right. So it's me at 6.
Yeah, it's you at 6.
Sorry, I got distracted there. So I've got the 49ers at 6 with an 87 ranking, or rating rather, which I thought was a little bit steep when you look at all the churn that they had on the roster. But they still do have a great coaching staff, and it hit the ground, man. That's okay. But that's okay. With them at 6, if they stay healthy, I think that they could get that spot. 7, I've got the Buccaneers, and them losing Liam Cohen is like the one thing that gives me a little bit of pause here, because I'm not expecting them to be as lights out as they were last year on offense. And so that makes 7 feel a little high for me, but Madden had them at an 86, so this is where they end up. At 8, I've got the Vikings. They also had an 86 rating, and this is one of the tweaks I did alphabetically, basically put Minnesota above, but I'm putting Minnesota below, even though I believe they have the better defense. I'm giving them a slight discount because of J.J. McCarthy being an unknown commodity right now. And then at 9, I've got the Commanders. They're an 85 rating in Madden. I would have liked to have seen them higher. Honestly, I would have been more comfortable having them above Minnesota, Tampa Bay, and San Francisco. But that's okay. This is where Madden's starting them out at, and they'll work their way up, I'm sure, as they beat down some teams. And then at 10, this one, they must really be loving Tomlin and possibly even Aaron Rodgers, because Madden has got Pittsburgh at an 85 rating, and so they squeaked into my top 10, which I definitely would not have. I mean, I believe they're going to have a great defense this year. I just have no faith in Rodgers in that offense, man.
So you put Washington at 10 and Pittsburgh at.
Oh, you got to be.
Or Washington.
Am I still ahead of you?
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'll stop. I'll keep myself contained here.
All right. So you kind of broke up for a second there. You had Washington at 9, Pittsburgh at 10.
Yeah, crazy.
Pittsburgh at 10. All right. So at 11, I have the Broncos. Oh, fuck. So the Broncos, and like I said, it's based on rating. I think the Broncos are a good team. They're just going to get better. 12, I have Cincinnati.
That was Tyler Conklin that fumbled that. Shit, sorry, man.
No, you're fine. Cincinnati, I'd like to have Cincinnati in the top 10. I think they're going to rebound this year. Their defense is going to be shit besides Hendrickson, but that offense is probably going to be one of the most high-powered offenses we've seen in a while. 13, I have the Rams. The Rams would be higher if I didn't have injury concerns with Stafford. 14, the Texans, and 15, the Chargers. Honestly, I probably should have flipped these, but I left them this way. I think the Chargers are actually I probably should have rated them higher than 15. Oh, you got to catch that.
Yeah, So, well, I got the Chargers in my next section, so I'll give you some comments on that. I agree. Keenan Allen should be catching that ball. Come on. All right. So for me at 11, I've got Denver, and we're actually very much aligned in this grouping, just slightly different order. I've got Denver at 11 with an 84 rating, the Rams at 12 with an 84 rating, then the Texans at 13 with an 84 rating, 14 the Chargers with an 83, and 15 the Packers with an 83. And so I would like to see the Chargers higher as well. I think the reason that their rating is here is because Madden's trying to reflect that they do still have, some holes on the roster. Harbaugh overperformed them last year, right? And so he's had really 1 year to kind of bring in his guys and do his thing. Give him another year, and I bet you they're top 10. Well, probably solidly in the top 10 next year would be my bet. All right, back to you at 16 when you're ready, my man.
All right, at 16, I have the Bears. The Bears top half team, I think they're actually better than where I have them at 16, but I have to see what's his face, Ben Johnson, do it as a head coach. He's a great coordinator, but he's got to prove as a head coach to get up hot in the top 15. Pittsburgh at 17. I'm actually, the more I'm reading and more I'm seeing out of Pittsburgh, I think Pittsburgh this year, this is their range. Their range is 7-10, not making the playoffs, to winning the Super Bowl. It just depends on which version of Rodgers they get.
That's a good way to put it, yeah.
18, I have the Falcons. 19, the Raiders. 20, New England. Although I think the Raiders are going to have a worse record than New England, I think the Raiders are better than New England. And the Falcons, had to put them somewhere.
Yeah, I got you, man. And there's a lot of hype for Atlanta. And so for me at 16, I've got the Dolphins with an 82 rating, which seemed a little bit high for me, but it is what it is. 17, I've got the Bengals. They also have an 82 rating. And then Atlanta at 18, also with an 82 rating. After that, I've got Dallas at 19 with an 81 rating, and Seattle at 20 with an 81 rating. Out of that group, I mean, Dallas actually looked pretty good last night, the way they ran the ball. And I know they got a solid with Jalen Carter bouncing himself out of the game, but I don't know. I guess, like, looking at this, I kind of like Dallas and Seattle better than I like Miami, Cincinnati, and Atlanta. But these are the Madden ratings, and that's okay. So back to you at 21, my man.
All right, 21, I have the Jets. 22, Miami. I sat down and I thought about these two for a while. The Jets and Miami, they're both in the same division. I think the Jets are going to be bottom of the division, but I think I have more faith in them than I do in Miami right now with Tua's health, and what I've seen, Justin Fields is looking like he's putting it together now. 23, I have the Cowboys. They're going to go up after seeing them play last night. Yeah, Jalen Carter gave them a fucking gift, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. 24, Panthers. Panthers, this feels high for them. Like, I don't like it. They don't have a quarterback, but then again, Jacksonville doesn't really have a quarterback either, and I have them at 25. I didn't know what to do with a couple of these teams here, so I just kind of slid them in where they fit.
Yeah, it's early. There's a lot of unknowns. Oh, man, too bad he got that hold there. But all right, so for me at 21, I've also got the Jets. We're aligned there. Madden has them rated at 81. 22, I've got the Colts with an 80 rating. 23, I've got the Bears with an 80 rating. 24, the Cardinals with a 79. And 25, the Saints with a 79. And so I guess just comparing this to your side of the fence here, um, Chicago's a lot lower, and it's kind of weird, right? Because we've looked at their roster and we have said that on paper, Chicago has a stacked roster, right? And so I'm kind of surprised that Madden has them only at an 80.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the Saints at 25, man, it's weird because without a quarterback, I don't know how they're that high in my opinion, but it is what it is. I'm going off of the Madden ratings, and every week we get to tweak it from here. So back to you at 26 when you're ready, my man.
All right, 26, I have the Cardinals. This 26 with the Cardinals, it's purely because I don't like Kyler. 27 and the Vikings. I don't. I have to see JJ McCarthy. Yeah, I have to
Yes.
see him do it, and have to see him show he is a starting quarterback for Minnesota. Because if he's not, I mean, you can have all the wide receivers you want and all the defense you want. If your quarterback can't throw the ball, you're fucking toast. 28-29, Tennessee and Indianapolis. These are two teams that Indianapolis, I think, could raise up. I think Tennessee is kind of locked here. I think they're going with a rookie quarterback this year in Tennessee, and there's although we've seen it in the last couple of years where the rookie quarterback comes out and does fucking awesome. I just don't think Cam Ward is of the CJ Stroud, Jaden. Fuck, what's his first name? Jaden Daniels?
Yeah.
Wow, my brain's toast. I don't think he's of that ilk, so I think it's going to be a lot of growing pains in Tennessee. And then rounding out the top 30 with the Saints at 30, these three here, after like 30, 31, 32, wasn't sure what to do there, really going into the season. When I came down to the three teams I have there, I gave the Saints an edge because historically the Saints have overperformed.
Sure.
But I don't trust Spencer Rattler as starting quarterback.
Yeah, it's hard to know what you're going to get there. All right, my man. So at 26 for me, I've got Cleveland with a 78 rating. 27, I've got the Panthers with also a 78 rating. 28, the Jags with a 77 rating. 29, Tennessee with a 76. And 30, the Patriots with a 75. Looking at this grouping, I believe that New England will surely outperform this rating, right? Because Vrabel always makes magic with his teams. Jacksonville, I think, is a wild card. There's a lot of hype with Liam Cohen and what can he do with Trevor Lawrence, but I'm okay keeping him here until I see it, just because Trevor Lawrence has been such a disappointment this so far. And yeah, I hear what you're saying about Carolina. It's the same thing with Cleveland, man. It's like, how good for how long will Flacco be? I don't know, man. But talent wise, this is where man has them, and that's okay. So back to you for the first dumpster fire of the year.
All right. So my first dumpster fire, I have the Jets and the Giants and the Browns. The Giants at 31, Browns at 32. So I gave the Giants the edge over the Browns because I think there's more hope going forward for the Giants than the Browns. I think Jackson Darts look pretty good. You have Malik Neighbors. The Browns, Flacco is a statue. They have no running game whatsoever. Who's their starting running back?
Oh, for Cleveland? Well, they're saying Quinshon Judkins might have finally signed his deal, right? And so he would be the guy. Otherwise, it's going to be a timeshare between Jerome Ford and the other rookie. I forget his name. Like Dylan Sampson or something. But yeah, until they get Judkins rolling, I think it's, anybody's guess how effective they'll be on the ground.
Yeah, so So what I'm reading is Quinshon Judkins is expected to be suspended for multiple games. He still hasn't signed his contract.
Okay. Yeah, somebody was telling me he was about to sign it the other day and that the legal thing got cleared, but maybe not.
No, so this is just yesterday. Mary Kay Cabot, who's an excellent reporter for
Yeah.
the Browns, she said that the NFL is still investigating and still determining if he should be suspended or disciplined. He still hasn't signed his contract. When is he going to sign his contract? It's just a shit show there in Cleveland right now. Lack of a better term.
I hear you, man. I hear you. All right, so my first dumpster fire of the year has shocked the crap out of me. It's got the fucking Raiders at 31 with a 74 rating, and then the Giants at 32 with a 73 rating. And so, I did back down a lot on the Raiders in my final team outlook just because I knew that the overall talent level was low, but I still believe with Pete Carroll and Geno Smith, they're going to do a lot better than fucking 31. The Giants, I like what you're saying with Jackson Dart, man. From what I saw, his preseason highlights, man, he actually looked pretty goddamn good. And he was pumping up the crowd and getting the players all fired up. And it just, I think that they could prove a lot of people wrong this year, including me, because I was down on them most of the offseason as well, right? So, but that's the first dumpster fire of the year, man. All right, homie. You ready to shift gears, do our week 1 game picks?
All right. Again, I'm changing one of my picks right now, so I had to look something up real quick.
Do it.
So last night we both were on the Eagles, starting the season out strong.
Yeah.
I was concerned. Late in the game, it looked like Dallas was gonna come back and win that game. If fucking CeeDee Lamb could catch the goddamn ball, they would have probably won that game. They were given a gift at the beginning of the game. I kid you not, I never thought I would fucking watch an NFL game and see so much breakdown of somebody spitting.
Oh, I know. Yeah. And, you probably saw that, like, Dak spit kind of at the ground at him first, which is supposedly why he did it. But you can't, like, actually spit on the guy, man. Like, that's not.
Yeah.
Especially when you're 3 feet away from a fucking ref, man.
Oh. And then fucking Dak with the "you believe this guy" routine.
Yeah. Well, of course, Dak knows how to act it up, right?
Yeah. So
I remember when Mark Sanchez wiped his fucking booger on Mark Brunell. It's like, of course they were on the same team, but it's like, all right, come on, man. You guys are football players. You're
Sanchez, good old,
bleeding and sweating on each other and shit.
Good old butt fumble.
Yeah.
And tonight's game, we both are on Kansas City. We don't really need to break it down. I'm really fucking pissed that Worthy's already fucking injured.
Yeah, that was a bummer, man. That was very early in the game. And, yeah, so far, man, Kansas City, oh, my gosh. Here we go again. I'm ahead of you, so I guess, I got to chill. But
where the hell was – what the fuck was that throw?
They just look bad, man, and they were one of the teams that they had their starters taking snaps in the preseason. You would not expect them to be this cold right out of the gate.
Yeah.
But that's okay. A lot of game to go.
Can you close the door, sweetie? Thank you. Yeah, a lot of game to go.
3 for 9.
Well, apparently this play is as a catch. Or no, he just threw a catch. Okay. I got distracted. Somebody came in the house. So first game of the week
Sure.
that we have breakdown on is Tampa Bay and Atlanta. Now, I know I sent you Tampa Bay. But then I read the list of fucking people out for Tampa Bay.
Oh.
And it's like everybody and their fucking mother.
Shit. Oh, KC, they're going for it on fourth here. Who are you going to go to? Old Faithful, Kareem Hunt.
I'm going to pick Atlanta. So Vita Vea is questionable. Benjamin Morrison's out. Tristan Wirfs is out. Christian Isian's out. Godwin's out. That's just like one list. Like I saw a list and I saw like 12 players on it. It's absurd how many players Tampa Bay has out. So I'm going to go with Atlanta.
It's compelling.
Jalen McMillan's out. Cade Otton's probably out.
It's compelling to flip, but I'm going to stick with Tampa Bay. And for no reason other than I didn't do all that homework to find out about all these guys that were getting hurt. And so if they lose, then I guess that's shame on me. But it is in Atlanta. And so with all those injuries and then it being in Atlanta, it's definitely not a bad move to be flipping like you're doing. But I'll stick with Tampa Bay, man.
Then we have the Bengals at the Browns. What's his name? Zach Taylor has been the coach for the Bengals for 6 years. Week 1 and week 2, he is combined in the 12 games. He has one fucking win. 1-11 in 6 years.
James, I've been telling you, man, if I'm the Bengals, I fire him. He is not a good coach. He has a fucking generational quarterback. That's why they win games. Otherwise, the way they start the year so cold and just the shit roster and everything else they got going on. I know he's not the GM, but, it just – I think that he's very subpar. If you put him on a team with a mediocre quarterback, he would be horrible. Before Burrow, he had the lowest win percentage of any coach in NFL history, man.
Yeah. I think if I was Cincinnati going into the season with him as head coach, if he started 0-2 again this year, I would fire his ass after week 2.
Just make the move, yeah.
Just make the move. I don't think that's going to happen.
Burrow, you can coach and quarterback, man. Boom.
I don't think it's going to happen. They're given the scheduling gift of having the inept Browns week 1.
Yeah.
So I'm going with Cincinnati.
Yeah, and I'm with you. Yeah. I'm going Cincinnati as well. I do want to see what Cleveland has to offer this year before I write them off. Because, we know that they have talent on defense, and then they sort of have like pockets of talent on offense. It's just a matter of, can Flacco be good enough for consistently long enough for it to matter? And that I don't know. But, they might surprise some people. They might start a little warmer than people expect. But I still think Cincinnati wins that game.
And then we'll go to the next game after our 10-minute timeout because we have 20 seconds.
All right. Sounds good, man. I'll talk to you in 10.
All right, cool.
We are back. And what are we, Miami Indy?
Yeah, we're Miami Indy. So I really wanted to pick Indy in this game. It's at home. I kind of have a feeling Indy's going to win this game. But my issue is I don't know what the quarterback's situation in Indy's really going to truly look like.
Danny Dimes?
And that gives me concern.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to be on a short leash.
Yeah. Well, actually, he's not going to be on a short leash, from what Steichen said. So, which
I
is
think a couple
weird.
losses changes that.
Possibly,
Maybe
but
he's just trying to make him comfortable.
Ultimately, it boiled down to which Danny Dimes you're going to get, and I don't have faith in him, so I'm going to get. I think it's going to be Danny turnovers, not Danny Dimes, so I'm going to go with Miami.
I got you, man. Yeah, and so for this one, basically my methodology for the picks was using the power rankings, which this week is all based off of the Madden ratings. And if they were close, within like 3-ish points of each other, I tried to give the favor to the home team. And that's what ended up being the case here, which is why I went with Indianapolis. I didn't want to overthink it any more than that, man. After I see this first week of games, then I can start gutting shit and fucking having all my biases and all that stuff creep in.
Makes sense. Makes sense. All right, then we're on to Carolina at Jacksonville.
Yes.
Jacksonville has lost 6 straight September games. I don't have faith that they're
the
going to turn around.
stats that you find. Yeah. Because how relevant is it when you have a whole new regime?
Still, 6 straight.
Just
they have
organizational
listed as their
dysfunction.
number one. Teteora McMillan is their number 1 wide receiver this week.
Mm-hmm. And he's been getting some hype, man.
He has, but I just, even though I think Carolina's a shit team, I'm going with Carolina in this game.
I got you. I mean, I could see, Chuba Hubbard getting a healthy dose. Maybe they set the tone a little bit. And, I guess I'm just, well, it's like I said, I'm going off of the Madden ratings, and it was close enough that I had to give the favor to Jacksonville, who's at home.
All right. Then we have the Raiders at the Patriots. The Tuck Rule rematch game, even though it's fucking new teams, new regimes, and new quarterbacks.
New everything. Yeah. New uniforms, all new streaming services. There were none back then. That's right.
Like, I really wanted to pick New England in this game. I really, really did. But I gave the Raiders the edge because of Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll revenge game. He had a shit career. Thought he was done in the NFL. Couldn't coach football with the Patriots. I think he gets his revenge, and I actually think that they're doing great things in Vegas. I think they're doing great things in New England, but I give the Raiders just a slight edge.
I hear you, man. Yeah. Once again, I'm taking the Patriots just because they were higher on my board. Even though, like I said, I was shocked, like super shocked that the Raiders were rated that low in Madden. I do believe they're going to overperform, but I also believe the Patriots are going to overperform where Madden had them rated. And so with them being at home, it was easy to stick with that pick.
All right. Then we have the Cardinals at the Saints.
One of my dumpster fire games. I thought you didn't like Kyler.
Oh, what are you talking about? I picked the Saints in this game.
What? My spreadsheet, you got the Cardinals, man. You're switching.
Are you
switching because I just said that, or are you switching because you're legitimately switching?
I had switched it on my spreadsheet before you said that.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Um, the Saints
Dude, this could be a bloodbath for one
somehow,
of us this week.
somehow, the Saints have won 6 straight season openers. It's the second longest streak in NFL or second longest streak since, or it's
They
the
could
longest streak.
surprise. They could surprise. You never know.
It's the longest streak of season open winning your season opener since the 1984 to 1992 Chicago Bears, who won 9 in a row.
Okay. Well, my man, I'm taking Arizona. And so in my Madden ratings, these two teams are tied, and it's in New Orleans. And so normally I would say I have to give them the edge. This is the one game that I decided to override this week because I just can't trust an unknown, largely unknown commodity at quarterback with New Orleans. And, Kellen Moore new at head coach, a lot of new things going on there. Arizona, they have a lot of consistency and players returning from last year. I think that helps a lot for week one. And so I'm taking Arizona, man.
Hold on 1 second.
You do your thing. Would you like me to start the next game off?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So next up,
I'm
we got
switching this game too.
all right. Next up, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the New York Jets, and I I would have thought that this game would have been closer based on the way my Madden thing was set up here, but it still had Pittsburgh, by enough of a margin that I wasn't even going to think about it. And I guess I do think that with Justin Fields running the ball and him knowing that Pittsburgh defense, it could be a little bit of an unpredictable game here. But ultimately, I ended up sticking with what the Madden ratings gave me. And so I'll flip your pick to the Steelers since you're telling me that.
All right. So with this game, I was set to pick the Jets to win this game. It was 100%. I was all in. Jets are going to start the season out good, win the first game in the Aaron Glenn era. Then I found out Elijah Vera Tucker was out.
Yeah, that does change some things, right? He's out for the year.
Yeah, he's out for the year. Apparently, this is the first ever season opener game in the NFL that pits two quarterbacks who played for the opposite team the previous season.
Yeah, it just goes to show you the quality of both those franchises right now, unfortunately.
Yeah. I think this is a run first game, probably 40 passes total in the entire game. And I give the edge with Elijah Vera Tucker out to the Steelers.
Okay, good choice.
All right, then we have the Giants at the Commies.
Giants at the
Commanders, sorry.
Yes. Hey, you can keep calling them the Commies, man. It's not going to bother me.
Last year, the Giants lost both games to Washington by a total of 8 points. 8 points.
Divisional games are unpredictable, man.
I like the Commanders. I like what the Commanders are doing. They're building that team. They're getting those
we talked about it. They nailed the draft. They nailed free agency. Everything is aligning for them to have a phenomenal year. It's and we both have the Giants in our fucking dumpster fire. So it's hard to pick against Washington here, man. I'm with you. It's got to be the Commanders.
Then Tennessee at the Broncos. I mean, we talked about it. Tennessee, they're starting a rookie quarterback. Mile High, or whatever the fuck it's called now, is it's a tough place to go play, especially first NFL start. I'm with the Broncos. I think the Broncos this year are continuing what they started last year.
Yeah.
And they have a high ceiling. The way this game is going, and the way the Chiefs are playing against the Chargers, I think Denver has a chance to win this division.
No. Oh, I thought they had a chance, for a lot of the offseason, man. To me, they're like a major. I would have called them a dark horse Super Bowl team, but honestly, it's like, we're going to find out a lot this week about whether it's dark horse or just legit, right? Because they were so far ahead of schedule last year. And now you got to look at all those players they brought back, plus the major additions they made on defense, which was already the best defense in the NFL out of nowhere. I just fucking Denver, man. They're like, I'm excited, super excited to watch Denver. And so I definitely have them beating fucking Tennessee here in week 1.
All right. Then we have San Francisco at the Seahawks. San Francisco is already starting the year out with fucking injuries.
McCaffrey listed as questionable. What the fuck, man?
McCaffrey is questionable. Well, I think San Francisco has a chance to have a good season. It concerns me that they're already having the injury that's been plaguing them for the last 2 years.
No, 2 years ago McCaffrey was good, right? Or maybe at the end of the year he got hurt or whatever, right? This past year was the year
No. The San Francisco overall has had injuries.
Yeah, they're like
in the last couple of years.
Yeah, they're like an every other year team where they have 20 guys on IR, man.
When I broke down this game, I really, really struggled on this game. I went with what I picked on my way too early record prediction, and I picked Seattle winning this game. I'm not that confident in it, but I'll stick with that.
Yeah, I would say my confidence level's low on this game too, but I went with San Francisco because the Madden ratings had them just so much higher than Seattle that even with it being in Seattle, it wasn't close enough that I could swing the needle the other way. And so I had to go with the 49ers. I'm hoping they're healthy enough and it's early enough in the year that, the things that have snake bitten them in the past aren't going to matter here. But it is a divisional game and anything can happen. Either way, I'm taking the 49ers now.
All right. Then we have the Lions at the Packers. You can break down this game. When I broke down this game, a couple things I looked at. First of all, Jordan Love is currently in the midst of the third longest consecutive games without an interception in Packers history. He's at 7. Aaron Rodgers had an 8 and a 9 game stretch, which are 1 and 2. I think he throws an interception this game. Micah Parsons, I'm not sure what the Packers are going to get out of Parsons this week with his back
injury. Talking about him possibly playing with an epidural, yeah.
Yeah, and
which is suspicious, right? It's like how does that trade go through? Because his back thing was from last year, and it's still going on. It's like, okay, so
Okay.
he somehow passed a physical, which means either Green Bay must have waived that and been willing to take the chance, or what? I don't know, man, because this is,
So I dove into it. I after you mentioned it, I forgot to tell you, I dove into it a little bit. MRIs. He had two MRIs
fuck, that was a nice
when he
play.
was with Dallas,
Yeah.
and both MRIs came back clean.
Wow.
But he was seeking a different opinion, or seeking a third opinion on it, because he's like, something's wrong, something's going on, and he was and everybody knew about it. So when the trade happened, everybody knew about his back issues. So therefore, then I don't think you could have avoided the trade with the physical. You got to get out of bounds there, by the way.
Well, dude, he was diving, or maybe we're looking at a different play, but
Oh no, I saw it differently the first time.
oh, all right. I was like, I don't know. He could have done
I
much
don't know
else
if you,
there, James. I was like, shit, man, he laid out for that ball.
he didn't quite lay out for it, but
It
I
was
saw
enough
like
that
the
he was
first.
going down to catch it. Yeah,
So
I
like
got you.
what I saw the first time was like, because I saw it kind of half out of the corner of my eye.
Sure. Yeah.
I
We're
saw him
distracted.
catch the ball
Yeah.
and then go down.
I got you.
But yeah, so I'm on the Lions.
All right, yeah, and I'm on the Lions too. This game, if I go to my Madden ratings, it was really a way bigger swing than I thought. An 8 point fucking swing from the Lions to the Packers. I would have thought they would have been maybe like 4 or 5 points apart at the most, man. And if that was the case, I would have been real hard pressed to pick Detroit. But because they had a fucking 8 point swing, it like basically annihilates any home field advantage in my model. And so I go Detroit, man. And I'm hoping they do it. I want Detroit to just fucking crush people, man.
All right. So then we got the Texans at the Rams.
Yes.
Against my better judgment, I'm picking the Rams. I don't fully
Stafford's
trust.
playing. He's playing.
Supposedly playing. He's
Sign.
supposedly
Our false
playing.
start.
If he's playing, I think the Rams have a better shot at winning the game, but I don't have faith that he's necessarily playing.
Yeah, and I mean, my whole thing is I have both these teams in the same tier of my power rankings, and it's at home for the Rams. So, by default, I have to give it to them until I see otherwise. And so if Stafford, starts the game but doesn't finish it, obviously that like drastically alters things for week two. But for week one, I got to roll with this.
All right. Then we got
Whoa.
the
How did
Sunday
that guy
night.
not get out? I thought that guy was out of bounds. They must have said, what, forward progress? They called it dead? Holy cow, man. He ran out of bounds. I mean, it doesn't matter. They
I
still
didn't
had time for
see.
the field goal, but that was, I don't know if you can rewind that or not, but they must have blown the whistle when he got hit before he went out of bounds.
It's not letting me rewind.
Oh shit! Yeah, I'm on the YouTube app, so I can't rewind it. Never mind. I mean, oh no, I don't want to
All
mess
right.
with it.
So,
I don't want
anyways,
to mess with it. Yeah, yeah. So I got the Rams.
I tried to rewind it. Wouldn't let me rewind. You got the Rams. So then we have the Ravens at the Bills on Sunday Night Football. This game's a really hard game to pick. Two of the better teams in the AFC. What it boiled down to me was if it just was my gut feeling on it. My gut feeling is Buffalo's going to win the game. Buffalo historically has won games that they are challenging and lost games that they should win. So I'm going to go with Buffalo, but not wholeheartedly with Buffalo.
I hear you, man. Yeah, it's tough for these week one games when teams are close like this, and it's weird, right? Because I was saying I got Baltimore with a 93 rating on Madden, and then Buffalo, even though they're in the top five, they drop all the way down to an 88. And so that's a 5-point spread, which is like just like teetering past the point of where I would maybe give them the edge on home field advantage. And so I'm taking Baltimore here, and it's okay because I like John Harbaugh, very disciplined team. I think their offense is going to like pick up right where they left off last year. Their defense is going to be better because now they've got another year of getting shit together. Buffalo, on the other hand, man, it's still just the Josh Allen show. I know that like their defense overperformed last year based on all the churn they had from the year before, but I can see Baltimore winning, man. So I'm going with Baltimore.
All right, then we have the Vikings at the Bears on Monday Night Football. Holy shit. I saw something that I'll tell you in a minute. Okay, so Minnesota at the Bears. I kind of trust Caleb Williams over JJ McCarthy right now. I just don't know what you're going to see out of JJ McCarthy.
Yeah.
Especially with the Addison suspension and everything that's going on up there in Minnesota. I'm going to go with the Bears just because I trust the quarterback a little bit more in Chicago because I've seen what he can do, even though I don't like him. I've seen him play high-level football. I don't know if that's J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah, man, that's not a bad argument. And if my ratings were closer, I might have been able to swing it because it's in Chicago. But Madden surprisingly has Chicago farther down than I thought they would, and so I'm sticking with the Vikings here. And I think from a narrative standpoint, I can expect Brian Flores' defense to come out firing on all cylinders, attacking. This is a defense that could be even better than last year, which was like freaking lights out last year. And so that could definitely stun Caleb Williams and company. And, I would like to see that rain on Ben Johnson's first game parade. But either way, that's my pick. I'm taking the Vikings, my man.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Half the fucking game's different. Damn.
8 games, massive variation. And like I was saying earlier, this could be a bloodbath for one of us. But, by historical standards, it'll come out like it's a wash, right? Like I'll get half of them, you'll get half of them, and we'll go into week 2 and be like, yeah, we're still pretty close. But if one of us starts off 8 games up, man, holy shit, it'd be wild. It would be wild.
Man, it's fucking over at that point.
There's all a year to go, but I hear what you're saying. What am I looking at? Am I looking at Cam Newton right now?
Yeah, Cam Newton and Kay Adams.
Oh
apparently,
my gosh.
Apparently, YouTube tried to get Kelsey. Not
Jason.
What's Jason? Thank you. I was like, what's his name? Tried to get Jason Kelsey, but ESPN said no.
It's fine, man. He did great with ESPN, right? So
yeah. So like whatever. Anyways, I'll tell you my comments about the rest of this shit that's going on TV not being recorded.
Oh, off the air. Okay. Well, hey, on that note, I guess we'll wrap it up unless you got any closing questions, comments, concerns.
No, not really.
All right. Well, my man, it was fun. For anybody who's watching, we hope you liked the show. If you did, please subscribe, hit the like button, all that fun stuff. And James, I will catch you in a minute, man.
All right.
Gridiron Grinder. Hut, hut, hike.